What is up, guys? Fódlan here. Welcome back to what I believe is the finale of Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. The last chapter was cool, but I think it's going to be very jarring jumping back into this war to chase down Rhea. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, we're back to
Golden
this
Wildfire.
stained glass as well.
Field of Beginnings.
Instead of the, like, purpley one.
The Federation successfully aids the Imperial Army, and together they pursue the Kingdom and Church forces. However, Claude's sole aim is to eliminate Archbishop Rhea. While Edelgard contends with the Royal Army, Claude and his forces go after the Church. In their pursuit, they arrive at the Tailtean Plains, where Seiros and Nemesis battled long ago.
You know, I was thinking about Nemesis. I was like, hey, there hasn't been any Nemesis talk
It's
at
not
all.
much further to Kingdom territory. Once we've crossed the border, we'll march through the Tailtean Plains and make our way to Ferdiad.
Okay. But, okay, based on that map, it looks like So we had our little group thing. We fought Evil Arval. That starts with an E, his name. We're like, man, we should not. And then we all go our separate ways. But the church separates from Dimitri, so it's not even being protected by Dimitri, so we're not fighting him. So that part's not going to be weird. We're still going to be fighting the church like we wanted to. But then Dimitri and Edelgard just like, all right, that was just a joke. Die. All right. Sure.
The plains of Tailtean are the largest in all of Fargus. As I recall, they're also where a well-known battle took place long ago.
We're going by land instead of sea this time, huh? I have to admit, I prefer it this way.
We may have taken a wild little detour, but we're finally back to marching on the kingdom capital.
Claude, are you sure it would not be prudent to ask the Imperial Army for assistance? They certainly owe us after that last battle.
The Imperial Army changed course to travel west, and Edelgard went after them. They're well on their way to Aryan Road. Most of the kingdom's forces have gathered in the west as well. Rhea and her troops are the only ones who fled north.
I don't get it. Sure, it makes sense for the kingdom to reinforce their position on the Western Front. They're losing ground there after all. But is the King of Fargus really abandoning the defense of his capital city and the church?
I can't claim to know what his intentions are, but I suspect Dimitri's decided to leave the rest to me.
What's that supposed to mean? What in the world could the king of an enemy territory trust you with?
That, okay, again, I'm still thinking of this, like, in terms of the last two chapters not happening if you don't recruit Byleth, that is so out in left field that just like, what do you mean? For this one, even still, like, they talked, so in this timeline with Byleth alive, they know the intentions. So maybe it's just like, okay, Dimitri is like, all right, I don't like it, but I'll let him do it. Even though he was super, like, doom and gloom about it. But outside of that, it's just like, you know, he's probably just cool with it.
I think I get it. Dimitri is counting on Claude.
To based on the conversation, maybe this. What does he want?
Probably hoping to get Claude to rule the capital for a little bit.
What? No, he doesn't gain anything by having his capital occupied.
Yeah.
What he wants is for me to dissolve the central church. I'm sure of it.
Also, does he want that? Well, I guess he kind of said if he wasn't a king, he could agree. I don't know. Very weird.
That the king wishes to avoid formally cutting ties with the Central Church and is therefore using us to bring about its demise?
If I don't see it happening, is it my fault? I like it.
I have heard that the Central Church aided the kingdom when civil war broke out. Perhaps Dimitri feels indebted to the Archbishop, and his knightly values demand he not oppose her directly.
But that's... No. I suppose this is the nature of war.
There's more to it than that. The kingdom and the church have a long history, full of reasons why the king can't betray them. Long ago, the hero Lug von Blaidd cut down the Adrestian emperor of his day. In fact, their battle took place on the Tailtean plains, which we're just about to cross. The church mediated the conflict and recognized House Blaidd's independence, leading to the founding of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. As you might have guessed, that's how they got the holy bit in their name.
Did forget about that part.
So essentially, abandoning the church would mean turning their back on the very group to whom they owe their independence.
Okay. Which I'm recording this immediately after the last chapter, so I haven't seen any of your guys' comments that may have talked about this. Because I did mention, I was like, I feel like this would make more sense playing Blue Lions to have like more of the constructural context of their region and their kingdom infrastructure. But okay, we're getting that information like here.
And that's why Dimitri wants the fledgling Leicester Federation to do his dirty work and abolish the church in his stead. And that's my guess anyway. But his reasons are immaterial, since getting rid of the church is what we've been after all along. For the sake of our future and the free world to come, we'll tear down the Central Church and put an end to Rhea.
You can count on it. And if they run off to Ferdiad, we'll just have to conquer the capital to get to them.
That's the spirit. You know, kid, you've really become someone we can depend on. And now, Your Majesty, we await your official order.
You got it, Judith. It's time to fling open the doors to a whole new era. All forces, advance!
Okay, how big's the map? Luckily not massive. Okay. I mean, still things I gotta clear out, but it's not like 12 pieces. I appreciate that. Battle suggestions for our final chapter. What do we got?
Proposal.
Increase the chance. Increasing stat chances on level up on the final chapter, huh? I don't care.
I got an idea.
I have a proposal.
I've got
Charm.
an idea. I'll get
There you go,
everything
Hilda.
ready.
One step at a time.
You have rejoined your allies. I can't hear Arval anymore. So if we look over there, there's no little sparkling spot. Nope. Huh. All right. Well, I will probably record the rest of this in a separate time, so maybe I will see your comments by then. But it is time for me to clear house. All right, story bit.
Your Majesty, I am glad to see that you are safe.
I am fine, Gustav. My apologies for worrying you. What is your report on the situation in the West?
For the moment, we are holding the line against the Empire's offensive. The news that Your Majesty has arrived at the Silver Maiden will do wonders for the soldiers' morale.
Unfortunately, the same can be said for our enemy. The Emperor pursued me here, and should be joining her forces at the front. But no matter how high the enemy's morale, they will not find Aryan Road an easy prize to take.
In that case, perhaps our concern should lie with Lady Rhea and the Knights of Seros.
Ah, yes. The Kingdom army parted with them to deal with the Imperial forces here in the West. I have heard nothing of their fate since. Were they able to reach Camulus safely?
No, Your Majesty. They have stopped in the northern region of the Tailtean Plains to prepare for battle.
They intend to meet the Federation army there?
It is likely they determined that with the Kingdom army unable to leave the Western Front, they would not be able to withstand a siege at Camulus.
They have assessed the situation correctly then. The Kingdom army cannot spare enough troops to break a siege at this moment.
But if Camulus is taken, Ferdiad itself may well fall to the forces of Leicester.
To prepare for that contingency, I have ordered our citizens in the capital and the surrounding area to evacuate to Gautier territory. But does Claude truly wish to destroy Fargus? Somehow I doubt it.
This just kind of goes against the conversation we just had as a group. Okay.
Your Majesty, a message from Duke Fraldarius. The Imperial Army seems to be taking more aggressive action. He would like you to brief the commanders on the current state of the war.
Understood. I will be there shortly.
But Your Majesty, what of the Central Church?
Gustav, we will do what must be done to safeguard our people, no matter how great the cost. Were we to bow down to the Empire and accept the Southern Church, Fargus would fall to ruin. A great many of our people would die. However, the Federation has shown us a way to avoid such a terrible fate.
Then there is truly no other way?
We are deeply indebted to the Central Church. Yet it is a debt that I cannot repay. I will gladly accept whatever punishment I must.
Okay, I guess this may be the second half. Sure. I guess because this is happening after the fact, it made it sound like it was so later. It's more like conversation at the same time, but we don't necessarily get them really at the same time.
If it means saving even one more of my people's lives, then as the King of Fargus, no sacrifice is too great. Forgive me, Gustav.
Your Majesty, if this is the path you have chosen, then I will walk it with you until the very end.
Okay, fair enough. At the first half of that was just like, that is complete opposite. What do you mean? But okay, sure. Okay, what was like a second for you guys was a week for me. Let's get our final support block going. It looks like we got a big one to end it off on. So let's just get it going. We got Shez and Balthus. I tried to get as many as I could. There's just comes a point where the grinding was just, I had to call it quits. So like there are plenty we started that we're not going to be finishing. I did what I could, but yeah, let's get it.
Today's battle wasn't half bad. Minus that close call, I guess. I tell you, when I charged ahead and saw all those archers waiting for me, a single thought flashed through my mind. Not how I'd like to go, but that's life, I guess. Phew, I was sure I was done for.
What are you talking about? It was so windy, there was no way they could have gotten a clean shot at you. You completely wiped them out. Are you telling me you didn't plan it that way?
Balthus planning?
I mean, I knew a breeze was blowing, but still.
You're right. You would have been Balthus-sized target practice if the wind died down. But you bet your life that it wouldn't, right? That's something only you could pull off. I never would have taken those odds.
It was all lady luck, pal. Pure and simple. Where's this coming from, anyway? I thought you hated all that gambling on life and death stuff.
I did. But you're living proof that it can have a place on the battlefield. You roll the dice and get the job done. Can't argue with success. I have to accept that your way actually works. All I can do is hope you win your bets every time.
Thanks for saying that, but what happened today wasn't calculated at all.
Like, just like actual Fire Emblem.
Things were going great, then I got carried away and made a stupid mistake. It just so happened that the wind was blowing the right way. Otherwise, I'd be dead.
What do you mean, really? Oh,
you mean it was all just a coincidence?
Yeah.
Well then, color me surprised.
It was a complete fluke, honest. That's why I was gonna tell you I've learned my lesson. That I'm done gambling with my life.
Really? That's the best idea you've ever had.
But since you admitted my way has merit, I think I'll keep rolling the dice. I gotta do what works for me, you know? Can't let one close call make me lose my nerve.
Wait, what? Isn't that what almost got you killed today? I take it back. You are definitely gonna die. Please stop.
Nope. Too late. A warrior doesn't go back on their word after all. We might have had some misunderstandings along the way, but what's important is that you learned to accept me for who I am, right?
In that case, what about you saying you weren't gonna bet your life on this stuff anymore? A warrior doesn't go back on their word, after all.
That doesn't count. I only said I was gonna tell you.
Accept defeat.
Sure, whatever you say. Your logic is flawed, but it makes a tiny bit of sense.
I know, right? You're a good sport, pal. If you still want to grumble about it, we can hash things out later when we're celebrating our victory.
Fine, I can live with that. It's a tough job, but someone's got to talk some sense into you.
All right. And then we have the Shez Byleth A.
I want to apologize again. I'm really sorry. Can't believe I tried to kill you.
It's all right. I know that wasn't really you.
Still, the one who did it was a part of me. Literally. You asked me about this before. About some mysterious presence within me?
That's right.
Well, sorry I couldn't give you a straight answer back then. Arval told me not to tell anyone. That's the name of the presence that was inside my head, by the way. The one that took control of my body and tried to kill you.
You know, maybe we'll get some answers in this final chapter. I mean, I don't have high hopes, but I was thinking about that. It's like we kind of saw the scene where Sothis kind of forcibly takes over Byleth's body. And there's been nothing else about that. Maybe that's covered if you don't recruit Byleth and you have to kill Byleth, but I don't know. I was thinking about that. It's like, that's yet another thing that just kind of like it happened and then was never talked about again.
Or maybe it was someone else entirely. The one that called himself Epimenides.
Arval and Epimenides, I wonder what manner of beings they are.
That beats me. And it's not like I can just go and ask them now. Honestly, I kinda wish I'd talked to Arval more, now that I can't.
That's how these things work, sadly. When you're ready to talk, the person you want to talk to is no longer there.
But there's still so much I don't know. Remember how I got trapped inside that void with Claude and the others after our fight? That's when Arval used the name Epimenides, and then tried to kill us.
Are Arval and Epimenides the same being?
I'd like to think they're different, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Epimenides is just Arval's true identity. I don't know if they were just using me, or if they had some other goal in mind. All I've got are a bunch of mysteries that I'll probably never solve.
I did notice one thing.
What's that?
It was when we were fighting and you were being manipulated. It seemed like Arval was trying to keep your body from getting hurt. They could have fought more recklessly. I don't see why it would have made a difference to them. But they were making sure you weren't harmed.
That's surprising. That's hard to believe. No, that
seriously?
That checks out.
Arval was protecting me?
It's just a feeling I got. But yes, I think that could have been the case.
I guess Arval's the only one who knows the truth. Or as the Saros folks say, only the goddess knows. Right? But hey, thanks for telling me that. Really, it does make me feel better. I've got no choice now but to keep moving forward. Live out the destiny the two of us once shared. Funny. I came here to apologize, but you ended up cheering me up instead. Catch you later, okay?
Only the goddess knows. Well, the goddess may have been the one telling you that.
What is... What? Okay. I'm not sure. I feel like that's pointing to something, but I don't quite get it. I don't know. Their support wasn't bad though. As much as I've been ragging on Byleth, because I think a lot of this game's plot is I mean, it's the game devs' fault for trying their best to make Byleth not hated, which is like an actual thing, by the way. They had an interview where like we don't want to make people hate Byleth, so like that they pulled the story back instead of going full throttle on everything, and that just kind of made a mess, unfortunately. But anyway, it wasn't too bad. But Claude and Happy.
The strategy meeting is complete chaos today. Well, we have a little time, so if they want to argue until they're blue in the face, I won't stop them. But I am going to sneak out and find something to nibble on, because I'm starving. Okay, there must be some fruit here. Huh?
Hey, Clodster.
Hey, Happy. Aren't you supposed to be in the meeting?
Yeah, but I got hungry and slipped out.
I didn't even notice you leave. You're even more slippery than I realized.
Well, it's not like the meeting will unfold differently if I decide to stick around. And since I'm not the only one who skipped out, I guess folks will have to be mad at us together.
Ha! Guilty as charged.
Still, the implications are different for me than they are for the great King Clodster. If someone gets mad at me, it's no big deal. But you probably get the wrath of everyone raining down on you for even the slightest misstep.
True.
Sad but true.
Hey, so I know you love to run out and do stupid stuff like this sometimes, but did you take on all this responsibility because you wanted to? Or would you walk away if you found someone to take your place?
I already told you. There's a huge list of things I want to see accomplished, remember? And sure, it's a heavy burden, but that's all the more reason I can't let someone else shoulder it for me. It's up to me to carry my own water here.
Then I guess it's not enough for me to just give you my support.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm not really carrying anything at the moment, water or otherwise. So I was thinking it might be nice to take some of the load from you.
Just because you aren't as overloaded as me doesn't mean you don't have commitments. I don't know how I feel about burdening you with my, burdens.
Sure, but if you keep it to yourself and it crushes you, that doesn't help me either. I'm not as weak as you think I am.
Well, no matter what, it's all gonna work out.
It definitely will.
You know what? Maybe I'll take you up on that offer of help after all.
Whatever you need.
In that case, I'll start off with a tough one. How do we handle the fact we skipped out on the strategy meeting?
Well, I can't take that off your shoulders, so I'll stand there and take the scolding with you.
Scolding, huh? You called it the wrath of everyone like a minute ago.
Okay. This is another one of the things I have kind of issue with in this is the supports are there have been some really good ones, but then there are some that kind of like that one that was just it was kind of nothingness, right? It was just kind of them talking at each other with no real resolution, or it didn't really go anywhere, no real direction. And then there are the supports that have a really interesting direction, but they don't have a resolve. I don't know. Supports in this have just kind of been strange, but anyway, Hilda and Holst.
Yes, that should do quite nicely. And how are you faring, Hilda?
Already over here. I couldn't make any fancy dishes, but since we're just throwing this thing together in our spare time, folks will just have to deal with it.
Exactly. The quality of the food isn't the point of a feast like this. It's about sharing a celebration over our recent victory.
You had quite the showing out there in the battle, my lord. There is no one in the entirety of Fódlan that can hope to best you.
I wholeheartedly agree. It would be my great honor to have even a modicum of your skill one day.
But my power alone did not win the day, friends. This victory belongs to us all.
Holst really is incredible. I mean, despite what he says, he basically won the last battle all by himself, which makes him the man of the hour. Again, he's earnest, hardworking, and full of talent. The opposite of me in every way.
Now, let's get started. Today, we feast in honor of a person who was instrumental in our victory. My sister, Hilda Valentine Goneril.
Huh?
My lady, I thank you on behalf of all my soldiers. We'd not be here now if it weren't for your quick thinking and deft action.
There are no words to express all that you and your brother have done for us. Huzzah!
Okay, what's going on? I thought you were the guest of honor at this little get-together, Holst.
Whatever do you mean? This feast is all about celebrating your actions in our last battle.
But I didn't do anything. I just ran to the front line, hacked a few guys, and then pulled back.
Ran to the front line, hacked a few guys. Yeah, the pullback, I don't know, but like that sounds like Hilda. Hilda's a fantastic unit, especially with her like electric magnesis thing. You know, charge up, pull them in, smack them down. It's so good.
At which point you saw an enemy giving chase and laid him low, yes? Are you aware that person was the enemy commander? The moment you dispatched him, his forces crumbled. We then pressed the attack and enjoyed swift victory as a result.
Really? He didn't seem very impressive. I mean, the guy went down in one hit. How tough could he have been?
Yep.
It sounds like you still don't know just how strong you are.
Your brother aside, there is no one in House Goneril who could stand against you, my lady.
Hear, hear! We all rely on you and will continue to do so into the future.
Hell yeah.
Not gonna lie, it was great having everybody shower me with compliments, but I still want to know why you threw a feast for me in the first place. You could have just patted me on the back and told me good job, and I would have been happy.
You're always putting me on a pedestal, Hilda, but you never appreciate your own accomplishments. I want you to be proud of yourself. I want your degree of pride to match your level of strength. Also, I want everyone to know how great you are. That's why we had the feast. A shame it was so small, but the next one will be a true banquet.
And who's going to put that together? Considering I basically did all the prep for this one.
Well, if I can get the ingredients together, I'll treat you to my specialty next time.
Isn't your specialty made from whatever you find lying by the side of the...
Look forward to it, dear sister.
Okay. For that one, like, I did quite enjoy their interactions. That was a good one. I mean, I just think overall it's been kind of a mixed bag. Where comparing to Three Houses, I think that game, more than any other Fire Emblem I've ever played, I really wanted to actually complete the entire support log. But this one has not made me feel that way. But anyway, Lawrence and Ignatz. This is the only one where they talked, apparently, all the way at A, huh?
There you are, Ignatz. Oh, Lawrence. I find the beauty of this place to be so relaxing, don't you?
Yes, I must wholeheartedly agree. It is marvelous. As are you. Not only are you a knight of House Gloucester, you have even taken on the role of a general within this army. To be honest, when first we met, I could not see you as anything more than a mere merchant's child, who happened to be gifted with a better eye than most.
That's probably all I really looked like back then.
But now, you've grown so capable that I regularly mistake you for someone else entirely.
That's nice of you to say. But I still have a long way to go before I'm where I want to be.
Do you remember your time working as a knight in my territory? And back before the war began? Compared to then, you are practically brimming with life now, especially as we march from locale to locale.
You really think I'm that different?
I always thought you not fond of battle, hence why I find this reversal so very puzzling.
Well, it's because... I confess, I've been painting. Whenever I've had the free time during our marches, that is.
Is that so?
Yes. There are so many places in Fódlan just like this one, with the most incredible views. I simply can't help but put them down on paper because, well, I want them to stay with me forever. Maybe that's why I've been looking so alive lately. You certainly see straight through me, in any case.
I am sorry, Ignatz.
Huh? About what?
I granted you a position as my knight because I thought it to your benefit. But I see now that your heart lays somewhere else entirely. Hearing you talk about art with such passion, such fervor, it fills me with regret.
Oh, you don't need to apologize. If anything, I should be thanking you, Lawrence.
You should? What have I done to earn your gratitude?
When the Officers' Academy shut down, I was lost, deprived of my purpose in life. But then you came and offered me the job as a knight. Everything I experienced in that role has given my life new color. One I don't think I could do without.
I see.
So no matter how I live, no matter what I paint, there will always be that one hue that reflects my duty as a knight of House Gloucester. That will never disappear.
God, I am loving this. I love Ignatz so much. And all of his supports with people have just kind of been, you know, he's been in this in-between where it's like, okay, he became a knight, but he still wants that artist, that, you know, that traveling arts part. I'm glad they finally get to talk about this.
And I couldn't be prouder that it's there.
Yeah.
I too am proud, Ignatz. Proud to call you a knight of my house. And a friend.
Bless. Okay, so even though they only had one, it was a pretty good one. Who else is left? More Ignatz and Marianne. Okay.
Thank you for all of your help again today.
I was happy to do it.
Bring me more hay, Four Eyes? That's so rude.
Goddamn.
I'm sorry, Ignatz. I fear she's getting a bit too familiar with you now.
I'm just glad she's getting used to me. Although I probably could have done without that Four Eyes comment.
Ignatz, why have you continued helping me care for these Pegasi? Surely you have enough to paint your picture now. Yet you continue fetching hay and mucking out stalls.
You're probably right. But this is for my dreams. You remember the painting you picked up before? Well, I created it to resemble the Pegasus I once rode with my mother when I was small.
You rode a Pegasus with your mother?
Yes. I heard she was a Pegasus Knight a long time ago, and when I showed interest, she took me for a ride.
Huh. I think that's new information that I don't think has ever been talked about anywhere.
The moment we took off, I got so scared I buried myself in her sleeve and missed the whole first part. But once I finally managed to pry open my eyes, the view was breathtaking. I saw the whole of Leicester spread out before me. It stirred something in my heart, and I wanted...
You wanted to become a painter?
I wanted to become a Pegasus Knight. But that was just one of my many silly childhood dreams.
Interesting. Because that's, you know, like, Hubert has the same desire too, but the, you know, another game where Pegasus Knights are gender locked.
Plus, after we landed, my mother told me that Pegasi don't allow adult men to ride them. So that pretty much nipped my dream in the bud.
I see.
But while I may have been forced to give up that dream, I can be anything I want in my imagination. And by interacting with Pegasi like this, it's easier to imagine myself soaring through the sky.
You clearly still hold dear the desire to ride one. Even if we weren't speaking of it now, your passionate feelings resonate throughout your paintings.
What? You can sense my feelings?
Yes. I can easily tell how precious you consider Pegasi.
Oh, that's what you meant.
And if this one understands how you feel, then maybe, just maybe, she will permit you to ride her.
But isn't that impossible?
Normally, yes. But she's very used to you now, and honestly, I'd really like to see it. I would dearly love to see your dream finally come true.
Well, if you put it like that, I can't very well say no. Hello, Pegasus. Will you please deign to carry your new friend Four Eyes up into the sky? No! I take it back! I take it all back! I wanted to fly, but not like this!
I was gonna say, doing it this, it seems a bit early.
Oh dear, I thought she'd let him climb on her back, not grab his clothing in her teeth.
Ah.
Goodness, I hope they don't rip. It would be a very long way down.
I can't enjoy the scenery like this! Marianne!
Help me! Okay. Oh wait, there's another one with Ignatz in there? Oh, Happy, yes, yes. The painting and the cat pictures.
There you are, Iggy.
What is it, Happy?
Here, for you.
Thank you.
What is that? No, hold on. If I hide you,
Did you draw this?
I sure did. What do you think?
It's really good. Even better than I'd expect.
Really?
Yes. I feel the raw energy coming from each of your powerful pen strokes.
Happy to hear it. So, what can I do to make it better?
Let's see. Well, I suppose it might be nice to add a little greenery to the background. The subject is very well drawn, so you can fill the background with color and it will still stand out.
Greenery? Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, and maybe you could add some flowers?
Ignatz is he'd make a great art teacher, because he's not just like, what is this? He's like, yeah, this is good. I could never.
With a few more details, you can expand your world and really bring out the majesty and mystery of nature.
But I don't really need any of that stuff, do I? I mean, that's not the vibe I'm going for.
Oh, sorry. Yes, prioritizing the impression of the subject as it is now is equally important. Your deer was just so well drawn that I guess I ended up including things that I personally like.
Wait, you said deer. What deer?
Oh, well.
The deer right there. The one that's pretty much the entire subject of the drawing?
I didn't draw a deer.
Then what's the brown thing?
So that's what it looks like, huh? It was supposed to be a guy. Guess I'm bad at this.
That's not true at all. I mean,
Look, you drew me before, so I guess it inspired me to try my hand at it. But it looks like I'm no good, so it's probably time to hang up my paintbrush.
No, wait! I can teach you. You can't give up on art just because I didn't understand your work.
Well, if you say so, I guess I'll keep going.
Okay. So, who is this a picture of?
It's you, Iggy.
Huh? Sorry, did you say me? Wait, so what are these horns?
Those are your glasses, obviously.
Okay, hold on. I want to go back. Horns. While we're talking about the painting, I want to bring it back up. Okay. I mean, it's kind of like if Ignatz was a deer, right? Okay. I see.
That's what those are? Oh, I did it again. I'm so sorry.
That's another one that, like, it's good. It's really interesting, but there's no A. There's not a final one. I want more. God damn it. But, all right. And it looks like we have one last one, Marianne and Leonie.
Can't believe I didn't catch anything. Guess it's just that kind of day.
Oh, hello, Leonie.
Hey, Marianne. Where are you off to?
Nowhere. I mean, I'm just on my way back from the stables. And you?
Coming back from the world's lousiest hunting trip. I didn't even find a single track. And it's the first time I've been hunting in a while, too. Talk about a waste of time.
Oh, that's too bad. But what is that you're holding?
Oh, this? Just some weeds. Felt bad coming back completely empty-handed. I figured I could use some to fill up my meal, so I went and gathered them. Also grabbed some medicinal herbs while I was at it.
To fill out my...
Is that yellow flower edible too?
No, not at all. It's not poisonous, but it's really bitter. It's one of my favorite flowers, though. They're so pretty, don't you think? I saw some blooming and just had to pick one.
Yes, it's beautiful. All those tiny blossoms blooming from it. It seems almost heroic. Merely looking at it gives me the strength to continue living for another day, no matter what obstacles may come.
Can't say I've ever given it quite that much thought. Tell you what, why don't you take it?
Are you sure? After you went and picked it...
Hey, it's just a flower. It's yours.
Thank you. No, I'll feel bad keeping this lovely flower all to myself. Maybe I can put it in a bouquet and place it in the mess hall for everyone to enjoy.
You're always so thoughtful, Marianne.
Oh, no, it's nothing.
It's something, all right. But speaking of flowers, are there any you want me to keep an eye out for? I can pick whatever you like next time I go hunting.
Well, perhaps some mountain gooseberry?
The little green berries, right? Oh man, I love those. You can boil them up into jam, but I usually just eat the suckers by the handful wherever I find them.
Yes, I was thinking they'd be perfect to feed the birds.
Wait, you're giving them to birds?
I'll eat them too, together with the birds. But there's something you have to watch out for.
You mean the thorns, right? You're pretty knowledgeable about those little guys. Have you picked them before yourself?
No, but the birds told me all about them.
The birds told you. Marianne, you actually made a joke. I love it.
She's not joking, though.
No, it's not... well, I'm glad it made you happy.
And that... Okay. So Leonie's just like, yeah, I'll just get bundles of weeds to fill out my meat. Okay. More people. She's out here with Dimitri eating the weeds. Got it. Got it. Well, I believe that is all we have. I did what I could. I have maxed out some things. Pretty much the entire facilities ready for whatever New Game Plus offers us in the next routes. But that is gonna be it. So let's go ahead and finish this chapter off, I suppose. So the Tailtean Plains, the Battle of Tailtean. You've chased the retreating church forces to the Tailtean Plains. It is here that you will finally settle the score with Archbishop Rhea and usher in a new dawn for Fódlan. We get the Partha, my favorite weapon, plus 10. I do know a little bit about New Game Plus. It seems weird to even have this as an option right now. Like, why would I care about an S rank award, let alone something that strong? I believe you keep your entire armory, which is kind of nuts. Makes me think that maybe I will up the difficulty to hard for the subsequent runs, because if I can just start with something this strong, going back to like the prologue in chapter 1 and stuff, where we will literally one-shot everything. I mean, we kind of already do, but you know, it'd be even more unbalanced. So we'll see. Anyway, the Battle of Tailtean.
Your Grace, the Federation army is approaching from the south. King Claude appears to be commanding them personally.
The rebellious blood of those wretched 10 elites has led one of their descendants to turn his blade against us. Perhaps it was a mistake not to have terminated their bloodlines long ago.
Your Grace?
It's like, say again?
Lady Rhea, with the Kingdom army occupied on the Western Front, we will have little in the way of support from them. I believe the wisest course of action would be to retreat to Ferdiad and attempt to hold the palace there.
No. We will face them here, long before the Kingdom even existed. Saint Seros slew the fell King Nemesis upon this very soil. This field is a sacred place for the Church of Seros. We will have the goddess's protection here.
Indeed, but...
It's like, yeah, but,
You have nothing to worry about, Seteth. If anything should happen, I want you to take Flayn and escape.
Lady Rhea, you cannot mean that.
Long have I protected Fódlan in the goddess Sothis' stead. It may be time for that duty to finally come to an end.
And would you accept that?
Not willingly, no. In our absence, future generations are likely to repeat the foolish actions of their ancestors. And when that happens, who will be left to stop them? This land has suffered enough as it is. I will fight with all my strength and spirit. For my mother, for the future, even for humanity. What shall come to pass? Only the goddess knows. Such are her teachings. The teachings of my mother.
This is kind of weird. I know it's like a fighting of ideals, right? So this is what she believes. This is how she thinks she is doing best of Fódlan. But it's just, she is our enemy right now, right? And it's not like she has been front and center. She really hasn't had much of a role on screen at all during this. So this being like super dramatic monologue, like final hurrah, I feel like it doesn't really hold much strength. Not nearly the strength that the music especially is trying to portray. Yeah, just like that. Okay. Let's see our final 4. Oh yeah, Reign of Ash. We have 70 points. Agitation. Let's see, Leicester Federation elites lose countless arrows and reduce the enemy to ash. Set Claude and Lawrence loose on the enemy. Decree. Oh, speaking of this, since I have seen comments now from the last 2 episodes, interestingly, the Phantoms when we were in that like weird space realm, we got Hilda. That one can apparently be anyone who has a high support with Claude. So we could have had Lawrence in that too. I forget what all you can get. I think it's anyone that has A, but then also like hidden points in the background or whatever. We got Hilda, but we could have had other people, which is pretty cool, honestly. Stronghold sabotage, decrease the durability of all enemy strongholds at the beginning of battle. Well stocked. Stocked with healing items. Agitate the enemy army, encouraging them to deploy additional forces. Boost combat experience for allies. Okay. I'll do that one, sure. We'll do agitation, well stocked, the Rain of Ash, yeah, and then I guess stronghold sabotage. Okay. So for our final 4 that we're going to be actually using, oh, I have plot on Wyvern Lord right now because I was trying to see if I could max it. I didn't end up maxing it. Go back to Barbarossa. And then there's your abilities and everything. No, let me fix that. Okay, so we'll have, of course, Shez, Claude, Marianne, and
I'll do my best.
Happy. I want to use, there's a lot I really enjoy using in this team, like Hilda, Lawrence. That's really it. As far as like who else I would like to like actually control, Hilda and Lawrence, but we at least have kind of my favorites all fielded. Leonie, Lawrence, Hilda, Mage, Raphael has been a lot of fun. Okay. And then is there anyone I want to switch? Yeah. Okay. Let's get it going. 25 minutes, 1,500 enemies.
As in the back.
Yeah, hold on. I want to immediately... Oh, Nadare's here too. I want to immediately get some things situated here.
All right. Here there is nothing to...
Now it is my turn. There is nothing I...
Please, is this okay?
Okay.
Not a
I
problem.
want you here. That's where I'm going to walk anyway. Claude. Oh, man. Go up here.
Let's see how this goes.
Leonie in
Time
there.
to make a name for myself. Yeah.
Hilda in
do this.
there.
Don't worry.
Here goes.
And Happy there.
Yeah. Battle of Tailtean. I will strike down any fool who dares dishonor our creator.
This is it, folks. If we slay Rhea, we'll usher in a new era for Fódlan. Give it all you got. There's no need to rush. Just keep pressing forward. Our first objective is to capture the strongholds on the front line.
Uh-huh. Seize the strongholds. Got it.
Everyone, stake
This
your
music,
lives on
though.
this battle and make the goddess proud. We will annihilate the wicked Federation army.
We've managed to advance this far as 2 groups, but I didn't foresee the bridge being down.
We'll be fine.
Just have to hold out until...
Hold on. Sorry for cutting you off.
Not a problem.
Need to...
I've got this.
All right.
We can meet up again. I might actually put in some effort.
Oh!
We've been told to return to the capital, but we're the only ones who can protect the church's people.
Hello, Mercy.
Is that Mercedes?
Yeah.
Does that mean the kingdom's commanding those troops? I can't lose.
Okay, so... How are you guys doing?
Let's try this.
All right,
Let's see how this goes.
Claude.
Yeah, don't worry. I won't slack off.
I will do what I must until
What
the
the hell
very
is
end.
that? Don't know. Okay.
Mercedes.
So this is where you've been. I will save you.
Or you've been. Huh. Cyril? Haven't really seen him at all either.
I'll fight until my dying breath to protect Lady Rhea.
Yeah, we're gonna pop you real fast, I'm sure. Let me
Here goes.
continue
Yeah, I
here.
got it.
Okay, he's over there.
Got it.
Leone,
Time to make a name for myself.
go deal with him. Who am I controlling?
Cyril,
Okay.
I will remember your heroism always.
Thoron. Ha. Oh. Can't get in there. Okay, they
Now
did
it is my
that.
turn.
You know what, Lawrence, go there.
All right, here I go.
You go here.
Nothing these must.
Please, excuse me.
Marion
Is this
there. Let me.
No problem, I got it.
I must not let Claude steal all the glory. I will open a path for our forces to unite.
It kicked me off of Claude.
Can he seriously handle all that?
Ooh, okay.
He may seem like all bark and no bite, but he always follows through. He can do this.
Oh, absolutely.
I have sustained Leicester from the shadow since the days of the Alliance. But now it is time to display my full strength.
Let's go.
Ah, the same strength you'd hope to overthrow me with. No one's more eager to see it than I am.
Honestly, you're okay. Claude and Lawrence are fired up.
I have no choice but to intervene.
Oh?
The enemy's morale is unusually high. The Archbishop must have riled them up.
I don't think it's really gonna matter,
Fulfilling
Seth.
our duties to
Sorry,
House
bud.
and Kingdom. That only leaves me to do what I can to help.
Alright. Marianne almost has that Wyvern Lord down. How we doing? Not great. Oh, they're together. Oh, and Flame. What are you guys doing right here?
Yeah, let's
I don't
do
even
this.
really know. Go
Don't
fight
worry,
that.
Here goes.
Happy, come over
Let's fight
here.
together.
All right, Seteth. Sorry, man. You're not gonna live very long.
Fódlan needs the Archbishop. Anyone who does not understand that must be eliminated.
I don't think it does.
Here it comes.
I was like, I have 3 bars. Just.
You're done.
Yep. Okay, so there's that. I'm gonna have you go here.
Please,
Go there.
Now it is my turn.
All right.
Are we able
Here
to?
I go.
Okay. Oh, there's a switch over there. Okay.
There's nothing these must.
Now it is my turn. There is nothing I cannot do.
Yeah? Continuing in this state would be a challenge. I must retreat for now.
So I actually
Please,
have
excuse
Marianne
me.
run out here. I will pop this real quick. Okay,
Are we
so
changing-
I can go to Claude. They just took me off whenever I initiated that, so I just kind of assumed I couldn't do anything about that. Oh, okay. Well, in that case,
Places?
Wind God. Oh, Eureka's green.
Defiles the gods. There is no salvation for them. Guardians of the Holy Tomb,
Why?
come forth. Bring down the hammer of judgment upon these sacrilegious rebels.
Phantom soldiers. Okay.
Those soldiers
were likely created with magic. The devices controlling them should be here somewhere.
They still have a chance to drive the enemy back. I must lend them my aid.
Shez is now providing support in the north. That's fine. Keyhole Wyvern Co appeared.
They're one of the most elite units in the Knights of...
Let's try this.
Come down here.
Seros, be on guard.
Okay, we defeated Mercedes. He just took a minute to respond or whatever.
I did all that I could. I guess I wasn't up to the challenge after all.
Mercedes, it is not worth...
Sorry, Aritza. You got too much going on all at once. Happy. Come down here. How, okay. Let's see.
Not a problem.
I'm gonna take you over here.
Risking your life for this fight.
It was my choice to put my life on the line. But now I must fall back.
Then please, fight alongside me for now. It is the best way to keep you safe.
Join the battle alongside the Federation. Why is Yuritsa even on our side? I don't
Capture the stronghold
He just
and stop it.
Our allies are struggling. I must lend them a hand.
Plane. We're about to kill you, but plane. Okay.
Yeah. Don't worry.
Let's
okay.
try this.
Do
Let's
that. Actually,
There is no need to overexert yourself, Flame. Promise me you will retreat the moment it becomes too taxing.
advancing to where? Ow. Hey, hey. Reappeared? Bro, what? Use control. Okay, I am working on that.
All right, here I go. I'm going
Operate.
ahead.
Oh, and they. Ooh, okay.
Now it is my turn.
Come up here.
Once you take the stronghold, you need to disable that device. I don't know how, but I'm sure you'll figure something out.
Yeah.
All right, we've captured most of the strongholds on one side.
Okay. Oh, and then they just vanish.
There are fewer.
Okay. Fair enough.
Let's try this. Let's see
you
how
go
this goes.
here. You
Don't
go
worry,
there.
I
Oh, it said
won't
some,
slack
not
off.
all. That is an enemy. Okay.
Of those soldiers now, but they're not completely gone. Ugh, they give me the creeps.
I see they found the devices. But it matters not, for they still have no hope of
My blood compels me.
No way I'm letting this end here. I'm gonna help Lady Rhea.
Zero temporary retreating.
We're moving right along. Keep capturing the enemy strongholds.
The Federation Army has
Interesting.
us on the back foot. Do we have any hope of winning this?
The church forces seem ever lost without their frontline commanders.
Keyhole reappeared. Stop it. Oh my god, this guy. Speaking of stop it. Okay.
Here goes.
Yeah, happy.
Let's try this. Let's see how this goes.
Got it. Time to make a name for myself.
Yeah, let's do this. Don't worry, I
that.
won't slack off.
I don't know what Shez is doing.
Not a problem.
I don't think Shez knows what Shez is doing either.
I've got this.
Raphael.
All right, here I go.
There,
Now it
Lauren's
is my turn. There
there.
is nothing I...
Okay. Happy ran up on Flame. That's why we're getting this.
I loathe fighting, but this is my duty. Come then.
Oh wait, I thought That was available. Oh, okay, those gates are closed. Well then. I can't swap
we'll
off.
attack here.
Let's just run up, do one of these. Just end our awakening state. Who? Oh, Cyril.
Not a problem. No problem. My turn.
Controls. Okay, but I can't get in there? No. Oh, I need to take down Flame, I think. Okay.
Take this! Out of the way!
All right. A little bit overkill considering how small his HP is.
You're done! Lady Rhea, I'm sorry I couldn't help.
He'll be all right. As he's literally just dead. Okay. So while that's happening, let's see, Hilda,
Don't worry,
yeah.
I won't slack off.
Let's try this.
Claude, come over here.
Let's see how this goes.
Stormblade,
Still fighting me yet.
Rondo Rose.
Here.
Okay.
Yeah! We've taken all the strongholds on the front line.
I'm afraid I have exhausted myself. I should withdraw.
God, there's so much happening right here.
I can't lose.
Okay, so I think we're mostly good there.
Don't worry.
Hilda there.
Got it. Time to make a name for myself.
Leonie. We're just waiting around here.
Those enemies on the front lines were strong, but we were stronger. We took them all out.
Even with the goddess's protection, our remaining forces are hardly enough to hold them all.
This is where you were.
One of these.
Yeah, like that.
Operate that. Okay, so now everyone is connected. How we doing here? Okay, as far as like kills go, pretty good. Let me see if I can go to Claude.
Here goes.
Okay, you guys work on that.
I got it.
All the strange soldiers are gone.
I potentially made them go away a bit too soon.
Our forces have reunited thanks to the strength of my efforts. Truly, I am more fit to lead than our actual king.
You do realize the actual king is standing right here. But if you want the job so badly, I'll happily let you take over later.
If they
all
defeat
right.
us and the central church collapses, many people will lose their spiritual foundation.
That would be terrible. I will fight alongside you, my brother.
Defeat Seteth in Flame.
Goddess,
Sorry,
infuse
buds.
me with your divine strength.
Frey is attacking with forgotten white magic. Okay.
What? Where could magic of this magnitude be coming from? Are we witnessing the Archbishop's power?
She's not fooling around. Here we go, everyone. Don't let the enemy push us back.
There is no turning back. I will defeat you here and now.
Need it. 94 more, huh?
We have her divine protection, so charge forth without fear!
You see that magic is the goddess's protection?
Seteth's alive after that? Oh man, okay. Well, we don't need all these people here. keep Marianne there. Actually, where's Shez? Oh, over here with me? Okay.
I've got this.
We'll do Shez and Happy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Their faith has blinded them. People do horrible things when their faith becomes tainted with fear. We must stop them at once.
Okay, defeat the church soldiers and their allies. That will help.
Not the strength to
Can I
stop
fly
them.
across this? No.
Forgive me, Rhea.
Okay, so Sedeth retreated. He didn't die. Okay.
Let's try this.
Come over here.
Let's see how this goes.
I'll fight too, Lady Rhea. I'm sorry. I can no longer. I have to do this.
Oh, wait.
Stay back.
Flame died?
I won't run away.
I didn't even get to do it. Dang. Well, sorry.
Rhea, we must retreat. I cannot allow Flame to perish.
Yeah, all right. May fortune smile upon you, Lady Rhea.
This is nothing. Do what you must. I will settle this on my own.
God, look at everything happening right here. That's so much. Oh, the gates are open. Okay.
This is our final opportunity to pass judgment on the enemy. If you can yet move, follow me!
Are we... Okay, 30 more. Not going over to her until we have that under wraps. Go to Shez. Shadow Blade. Which should be here in a second, honestly. Yep. All right.
I've got this.
It's time. I don't think I need to worry about anyone else. Nader holding it down. We don't even really have strongholds back here. I mean, I could switch here.
I got it.
Finish off this church soldier just for the side objective. Not that it really matters. Yeah, there it is.
They were fearsome foes, but we should have an easier time now.
All right, and last time we fought Rhea, I don't think Shez ever got to her. There is dialogue there, apparently. Of course, with Byleth, which we didn't field. I'm trying to remember. There was a comment that mentioned all the other dialogue, like interactions.
That was built without the goddess's blessing.
Let's see if we get anyone. Shez pops up there. Does he just arrive?
Such an abominable presence.
Yep.
Yes. I knew that one day you would turn your blade on me.
Don't get the wrong idea. My powers got nothing to do with this. I'm standing here of my own free will.
Okay. I'm still not quite sure why Mercedes and Yuritsa are on our side.
I care not who faces me. They shall receive no mercy for the rest of eternity. I swear.
Let's go, Hilda.
On the goddess's name, you will all face judgment.
We're definitely doing it with Marianne. She has so, like, let me just, am I able to look at your stats real quick while we're in battle? Like, I don't know if we can. Army status, unit details. Marianne is a monster. Purposefully so. I told you she would be by the end of this. And that she is. So she gets to do the killing. Rhea is fired up. Cool.
Looks like
Beast
we're
Fang.
finally getting to the good part. You okay to keep going? Of course. And after we win this battle, you're gonna show me the new world you're creating.
This is not over yet. I must carry on for the sake of my mother's fallen comrades.
Are you gonna turn into a cutscene?
It's time to finish this, Rhea. Are you sure you don't want to just walk away? It's not too late.
I did not go looking for this fight, but you will not see me run from it. You have spilled much blood during this war the Empire started.
I'm not here to talk about who started this war. I'm gonna end this. That's what's important now. This world cries out for change, while you keep it shackled to the past.
And it's up to us to help set it free.
I'm ready if you are. For all of Fódlan!
So be it. I will crush you where you stand!
Yeah, well, let's say she is, yeah.
Well, color me surprised. Rhea's really the immaculate one?
Yes.
Whatever she is, we have to end her. Now quit staring before she crushes you.
Oh, there's not a sword one? Let's go.
We changing places?
Let's try to break the bow.
Sorry.
Let's see how many of these we can break.
Gotta stay on guard.
Can't see anything, goddamn. How are we doing? Okay, 22%. I was gonna say, for once, actually, our damage taken worries me. I can't see the ground. Okay, well, there's 1 HP bar without getting the bow, unfortunately.
We're almost there.
I'm getting pretty hungry, but I can hold out. We got a feast waiting for us after we win this.
Okay, heal. Heal.
We've been through a lot, but all our efforts will be rewarded if we win, right?
Can never be too careful.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't try for the shield breaks.
Take a breather.
My turn?
Our victory will secure my place in history as a hero of Fódlan.
We dealt with our fair share of surprises, but we're finally here. Our king is really something else.
And this is far from the end.
Okay, you know what?
Can you go on defense?
Everyone get out. You're gonna ruin my S rank by taking too much damage.
Not looking good.
I hate to lose this stronghold.
I'll do my best to defend our position.
Lauren's using elixir to heal.
This stronghold is worthy of my protection.
Mercedes is nearly routed. I don't know if they matter. Hopefully not. Wait, you know what? Go, maybe even go even further away.
Can you go on defense?
But you know what? I will do this.
Please.
Marianne.
Excuse me.
We can't really. Oh, wait. Hilda?
Yeah, let's do this.
Adjutant.
Come with me.
God, save me.
Okay. There's that. I don't think we can break all of it. The dark one.
I hate to lose this stronghold. Time to finish this. Everyone, lend me your strength.
Let's see, because this will do some acts. This might just kill.
I got this. Yeah, you like that?
Not quite, but almost.
Please, excuse me. Is this okay?
If there is any way I can help change Leicester and Fódlan
I'm
for
running.
the better, I will.
I'm still not sure if this is really the right thing, but I have to trust Claude and push forward.
I'm letting Marianne do it.
Guard this place with your lives.
We can't let this stronghold fall. I'll give it
All right.
try.
Let's go. I was like, where are you at?
I have to do this. I'll try. I won't run away.
Ah.
Gotta move.
God damn.
Your reign comes to an end here and now.
I've loved every single cutscene this game has had to offer. Like, regardless of how I feel about the actual story elements, the cutscenes are so cool.
Our work here isn't over. Not by a long shot. Got plenty of road ahead. But we've taken the first step. Together.
It is now 1183, Blue Sea Moon. The Federation has joined with the Empire to invade the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. Claude sought not to conquer the kingdom, but to destroy the Central Church. After Archbishop Rhea's defeat, the Church has lost much of its martial prowess.
Which was the point.
Tensions continue between the Empire and Kingdom.
Of course.
Having now reached his goal, Claude proposes an end to the war, yet it remains uncertain if either side will accept.
These pauses in between are like just long enough to be awkward. Oh, it's fading out now. Okay. There's the S rank. Got my bow. Yeah, levels. Marianne MVP, as it should. All right. Bolt Axe +2, Arrow of Indra. What's the poledoo? Greatly increases damage dealt by combat arts and magic. Major boost to strength and magic proportional to dex when attacking. Neat. All right. So, so let's say, so do we have, was that our outro? Because we're in credits now. Oh, we're going through our, I guess, first time stats. There's an S rank on all of these now, but of course, not the first time we went through it. Okay. Well, this game, I think for what they wanted to do, or what they tried to do, the game was not long enough. There were, again, this is, again, from just this perspective. Maybe other routes feel a bit more fluid and not just literally all over the place. But Claude's route, plot-wise, did not. There were like 6 or 7 different arcs, none of which really felt complete. But again, there's what, like 15 chapters? I think it needed another 15 to really flesh out any of it. But at that point, then I feel like it would have been way too big of a game. It's already a pretty big game. I do like how all the characters have tended to turn out, though. As much as I not really enjoy the plot, the characters themselves, which I've mentioned before, really shine through without their like reliance on Byleth. Of course, Byleth being around still is the reason for a lot of the plot, but being but whatever. And outside of that, I mean, I mentioned my gripes about the supports and the support block. There was just like a lot of them didn't feel as quality as Three Houses standard was. I've heard in New Game Plus is at least better, which is why I did as much as I could. But I've heard the camp was just Monastery 2. It's a smaller area, not laggy, so it wasn't hard to get around. But the upkeep stuff, not a fan. Not a fan of all that. But I did max it out, so I don't think I'll ever have to do it again, as long as I play a New Game Plus, which is the plan from here on out. Other things, like I mentioned a few episodes ago, I think there are too many characters for how this game, combat-wise, is laid out. You only get to control up to 4 people per map, and then you have another, 4 to throw around. So you really only have 8 people to use at a time, when I think there was a comment on that episode that said this is the route you get the least characters, which is insane, because it's still too many as far as gameplay goes. And then when it comes to the classes, a lot of them kind of end up bleeding together. There's not really that much of a diverse, and I guess that kind of goes, you only have 4 characters-ish. There aren't super amount, like a super large amount of classes. I don't know. Overall, like, the game is enjoyable, but it's not fantastic. I will play the other 2 routes, of course, but it's just kind of It's just kind of like really okay. Like if I were to put a number to it, like maybe at most a 7, but probably like 6.5 out of 10. It's all right. Of course, I haven't seen all of it, so this is just from the viewpoint of the Golden Wildfire route here. Let me fast forward this just to see. I don't know if we'll probably go from here into credits, and then see if there's anything else. Post credits, pre-credits, scenes. I do really like Shez though. I was really expecting to hate Shez going into this game. I quite like Shez a lot, actually. So that was a good surprise. Again, this game, I think it's easier to harp on the negative. I think with really anything, I think negativity tends to be louder than positivity, even if the negativity is almost always in the minority. And then I think that's doubly so whenever it's a thing you enjoy, something you're passionate about. Like for me personally, if I don't really care about a game, but I don't really have, but I have kind of a negative outlook on it, I'm not achieved victory and has received a letter from Lawrence. What?
Soon this war will end, and we will have achieved all we set out to do.
Hold on, Lawrence. I think for a game like that, it's just kind of like, it's bad, I'll move on. But for a game I really enjoy, I have that passion behind it. I can see where the potential is. I can see all the good. I can see, it's like, oh, if they'd only done this. It's just, I can critique it a lot harder, and it maybe comes off as more negative than intended, but it definitely all comes from a place of passion, but yeah, it's just kind of I will say so far it has definitely been the best Warriors game I've played, which I don't think is saying a whole lot, but it's fairly solid. But what is going on here?
It was not by the strength of a ruler alone that we prevailed. Rather, it was because you and I and everyone else risked all to see it through. This mighty achievement belongs to each and every one of us. It was my pride and my privilege to share the battlefield with you. May our fellowship continue in whatever is to come, in this world or the next.
Was this because I gave Lorenz that thing and took his special ability? Or was that like a hidden kind of almost S rank situation where like, did I have the most hidden support points with him by the end? I don't know. I guess I'll read that in the comments. But yeah, I think I've said pretty much everything I want to say. I will, speaking of Koei Tecmo and Warriors games, I am kind of amazed that this game runs well. If you've played any Warriors games or seen them, they don't run well. Koei Tecmo is not good at optimization, or has really never been. I mean, just Three Houses alone is a good testament of that. That's not even a Warriors game. That's just Koei Tecmo, and laggy, kind of ugly graphic Koei Tecmo. And the last Warriors game that they put out was Age of Calamity, the Breath of the Wild Warriors game. That game runs at a solid 15 FPS most of the time. I enjoyed going through it, and it never felt like it was hindering my inputs anywhere, but it ran very rough. And I'm not one that really harps on frame rates too much. I know some people are super sensitive to frame rate changes. And that one, that one was bad. That is one of the few times where even I was just like, okay, this is ridiculous. Where this game, none of the load screens, a few, I started cutting out. I probably cut out a load screen on this video. I've had to cut out, but not really long load times. I didn't really notice a whole lot of like major lag. So thoroughly impressed by that. I'm hoping it just keeps getting better for Koei Tecmo as we push forward, because yeah, it's just, the reputation on the matter is not great. Maybe they'll fix that as we push forward. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna let the credits go. That is Golden Wildfire. And I usually always forget at least something, but I think I said everything I wanted to. Thank you all for watching. I do very much appreciate it. Even though it has been kind of a rough time going through, I still appreciate all your support. And hopefully you look forward to the 2 other paths we still have to go. So yeah. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in Blue Lion's route, the Azure something. Bye.